Nepal finished with 290 for 8 after their 50 overs. This is their third highest score in ODIs. The hosts will look back at catching lapses that cost them plenty. Bhurtel was dropped on 1. He went on to make 99. Mala was dropped on 0. He made 42 and both made the hosts pay. The start was slow, but Bhurtel then played some stunning shots and was unlucky not to make his second ODI century. He was well supported by Sheikh and the openers added 171 for the opening wicket. Mala and Bhurtel chipped in with cameos, but Zimbabwe fought back well in the last 5 overs with Ngarava returning with career-best figures of 4 for 42. Finally, Nepal have been comprehensively beaten, but they'll take a lot out of this match. They batted beautifully and bowled pretty well, but they were up against 2 high-quality experienced guys who didn't give them an inch. Ervine batted right through and made a solid 100, he was well supported at the start by Gumby and Mahavir, but it was the partnership between himself and Williams that showed the gulf in class between the two sides. A lot rested on Sandeep Lamichan if Nepal were to give any fight, but the leg spinner failed to show the spark which allowed the hosts to prosper. Runs came at ease and then both went into overdrive, particularly Williams who made a 70-ball 100, the fastest ODI 100 by a Zimbabwean. It's only fair that the players go around thanking the crowd for all the support, but the hosts will know that this is just the start and the ultimate aim is qualification to the 2023 Cricket World Cup, which is what all the 10 teams assembled over here will look to do. Zimbabwe have started on a winning note and they look well drilled and ready for the upcoming battles. In Ervine, Williams, and Rasa, they've a solid and experienced batting core. The bowling looks well settled as well and they'll fancy reaching the Super 6, the first stage towards qualifying to the main tournament. They have a break and they'll be back to face Netherlands on Tuesday. On the other hand, Nepal will take the positives and will look to come back a better unit against USA on the same day. West Indies left no doubt as to who is the big brother in the Americas region, coasting past USA in the first ever ODI between the sides in what was also the first ever ODI staged at the Takashima Sports Club in Harare. USA were competitive for fits and spurts, but lacked the nuance stamina to maintain pressure for lengthy periods. This became evident early in the first innings after new ball bowlers Saurabh Netravalkar and Phillip began with consecutive maidens before 2 wickets across the next 4 overs pinned West Indies down at 14 for 2. But a 115-run partnership between Johnson Charles and Sheikh ensued. It highlighted how badly USA missed key strike weapon Ali Khan, who was forced to sit out while serving the first of a 2-match ban. USA's fielding effort also did not compensate for Khan's absence, as 4 fairly straightforward chances were shelled across the innings. The first came when Charles was on 12 in the 8th over as a top-edged heave against Phillip swirled behind slip where Stephen Taylor was unable to corral a juggling effort and allowed Charles to top score. However, West Indies left the door ajar for USA to stay in the match with some self-inflicted wounds. The century stand ended when Hope played a reckless one-handed slap to sweeper cover on 54 to gift a wicket to left-arm spinner Nastush Kenjij. With left-hand batter Nicholas Puran arriving, Stephen Taylor was brought on to bowl off spin and he wound up bagging not just Puran but 2 right-hand batters as well, Charles and Rovman Powell to a golden duck, all caught playing over eager shots as West Indies tried to continue bullying their associate opposition. But at 192 for 6 after 36, USA's sloppy fielding reared its ugly head again as they committed 3 drops across the 44th and 45th overs. Holder got 2 lives on 24 and 27, and he stayed until the final over to forge a momentum-shifting 56 off 40 balls. His late burst meant 297 was plenty to defend and was deemed vital enough to garner Player of the Match honors. USA captain Monank Patel became Meyer's second victim 4 overs later for 6, slicing a drive that was intercepted brilliantly by Roston Chase reaching up at backward point, a moment that once again highlighted the gulf in fielding quality between the two sides. Saitaya Kamala fell for a 3-ball duck strangled down the leg side by Joseph in the following over before Aaron Jones was run out dramatically as both he and Gajanand Singh ended up at the non-strikers end after Jones attempted to dab a single behind point, to make it 97 for 5. With 201 runs still to get across the final 30 overs, USA showed little intent for the remainder of play. Gajanand, who once represented West Indies at the 2006 Under-19 World Cup, lasted to the end to bring up his maiden ODI century, providing a silver lining to the day for USA while also mitigating their net run rate hit in case the tiebreaker comes into play later on.